In today's word vitamin, I just want to shine a torch on a couple of big words, guilt and remorse. And again, I'm not professing to have the monopoly on what these words mean. However, untangling the two has been helpful in my own recovery, and I'm just offering it for you today to consider in case there might be something there for you. If you get a chance to read the word vitamin, I start out by talking about my state of immense guilt back in 1995 when I first got clean and sober. I really just felt like a stuff-up of a female. I kind of didn't think I had much to offer, and the things I was guilty of were valid. You know, I was a recovering drug addict, alcoholic. So I was an emotionally absent mother. I know I was a disappointment as a daughter. I felt unpredictable and unfair as a wife and lover. And I had let myself down for a long time in so many ways. So did I feel guilty? Yeah, I did. Now, feeling guilty, it's a little bit like when we first, let's say we fall off a bike and we're wounded. It's raw. And what we then do with the wound is we go and dress it. So when we first feel that raw guilt in the beginning, it's because we've wounded ourselves or another person. Now, if we don't attend to that guilt, it's like a wound we leave unattended. It will fester and we will lose mobility. Now, an unattended physical wound means we lose physical mobility. An unattended emotional wound means we lose emotional mobility. So there are many people that I work with that come to have a look at how they can improve their emotional fitness, but they are still carrying immense wounding and guilt that has never been attended to. Now, often they were in fear. These people are stuck in fear. And when we're stuck in guilt, we're stuck in a state of ego, which is where our intellect, our thoughts, and our body, our actions, kind of get frozen and on a hamster wheel of shoulda, woulda, coulda. And we just keep replaying the tape of guilt. And like wheels in a mud, we just get deeper and deeper and deeper into our guilt. And it gets harder and harder and harder to get out of because we haven't got anyone to help us get out of the bog of guilt. Now, remorse is when we start to heal, is when we start to dress the wound, when we start to clean up the mess and make amends to ourselves and to the other party. Now, when we have genuine remorse, we're focusing on progress, we're focusing on authentic apologies, emotional accountability, and how we can progress forward. We're actually focusing on caring about the pain we've caused rather than running from it and getting drunk on it. And I didn't know the difference. And these days, when I'm guilty of doing the wrong thing, and I still am because I'm in no danger of becoming a saint, however, the muscle of remorse kicks in very quickly. So when I fall over and wound myself and I'm guilty of letting myself down, perhaps losing my temper, being unfair, being unreasonable, being hypercritical, when I'm guilty of that and I wound the relationship and the other person, I've now got a first aid kit, emotional fitness first aid kit, that I can get out and tend to my own wound and in the wound of the other and be gentle, be kind, be patient, be compassionate. And sometimes, when we are remorseful and we offer somebody apology, they're still tender, they're still fragile. And the most loving thing we can do is offer the apology. And if we're genuinely remorseful and not fear-fueled on guilt, we can, just say, I want to say sorry. I understand I've hurt you. I can leave you be. But when we're guilt-ridden, it's fear-driven, and we want them to accept our apology now so we feel better. So guilt is all about us and our ego. Remorse is all about making amends, healing, and building relationships. Some food for thought there. I hope that's interesting. Like I said, it's a big one to work on, but not getting stuck on guilt really frees us up to get on with constructive relationships. Lots of love. Hope that was useful. I'll be back tomorrow. See ya.